everyone, this is Jean, and today I'm going to talk about location. Finding locations is fun, and as a photographer it's something that I do a lot, and you can learn how to scout out locations for yourself too. All you need to do is take your camera phone, which you have all the time, and as you're driving around or as you're walking your dog or just looking around at a friend's house or in the library or the coffee shops, wherever you are, you just keep your eyes open for a small spot that has good lighting. Keep it in your head about what would look good for your brand. And I'll explain more about that in a moment. So you find your spots and then you can take a selfie to see how the light looks on you and keep a record of or an album on your phone. And you can use these as reference and then go back later with a friend who can act as your photographer. And you could go with a networking buddy or with a family member who's willing or with a friend and take turns taking pictures. And then you can start at that one reference spot and wander and go past that spot to make a whole series of pictures. So for example, you would want to find a location that matches your brand. So for example, I'll give you three scenarios. Say you are a spiritual entrepreneur, an intuitive counselor, or a transformational coach, or a tarot card reader, or something like that. You probably wouldn't want to take your images in a busy urban area or a top of a busy skyscraper or in the middle of a hustling farmer's market. You might prefer to take your images in a more natural setting, like next to a river or in the woods or on a beach or in your backyard or a park. And another scenario might be a high-level lawyer or attorney. You might not want to take your pictures in the same setting as an intuitive guide. Maybe the glass and stone and steel settings would look good for you, and you might want to be near the skyscrapers and the stone steps, and maybe the images would look good angled down low so that you look more powerful and in a downtown setting. And a third scenario might be the social media expert or the mommy blogger or a one-on-one worker. Now that person might want to show the environment that they typically work in with a one-on-one client, and so you could have a third person, the social media expert and the friend photographer, then maybe a faux client. So you could find a cute little corner in a cafe next to a window, or maybe go to the Seattle Public Library if you're in Seattle and next to a light-filled area. Look through a window at a cafe, a coffee shop, and have you with all your tools of the trade, with your coffee cup and your computer and your notebook. Now I'll show you how I've used location in past shoots. Sometimes you can fake it with location to pretend that you're somewhere you're not. For example, take this shoot I did with Tammy. Her business, Healthy Transformations, is about health, including outdoor programs in nature. We had planned to make a trip up to the snow in the mountains, and we got lucky. It snowed in our area, so we arranged to do the shoot that morning in the small area of woods behind my house. The pictures look like they're in the middle of the mountains. Her branding of her business was fun, inviting, healthy, and friendly, and it showed in the pictures we took. Next is Brooke. Brooke was an upcoming model new to the Seattle area and wanted some pictures for her new portfolio. She was unsure of what she wanted, but knew she wanted an urban look. I would say we branded her as a model, urban, chic, stylish, and fashion. This was a last-minute shoot, and I went in somewhat blind, but I remembered glimpsing a nice, open, well-lit alley from a parking lot that I frequented for a law firm that I often shot for in downtown Seattle near Pioneer Square. So we started the shoot in an alley along with another friend and went from there. We walked along, and I spotted this garage door which matched her dress perfectly. I shot down low to match that model look. Further along, we found the art exchange doorway for her to pose in, and then drove towards the Seattle Sculpture Park to get a few more shots with expression, one with the Seattle PI globe in the background to help mark the location. A few months later, Brooke agreed to model for Rebecca's boutique in Edmonds to help them with their marketing and put together a fun shoot. Rebecca's brand is unique, classy, and flattering. We decided to promote Rebecca's clothing by using a very urban setting in order to up-level her business. So we headed back to Seattle again, and I scouted out an area ahead of time of about 2 blocks in length, which was packed full of good locations for the shoot. Lastly, we have Emily. I met up with Emily in a Kirkland coffee shop to discuss a studio shoot we were planning to do to feature her vintage clothing. We ended up doing a test shoot then and there on location. This demonstrates how you can take a simple location and quickly turn it into an appealing photo shoot. I simply asked the barista if it was okay if I took a few shots of Emily in the coffee shop. I also took them from outside, and we walked down the street, and I found this great red door outside of a bar named Wild Rover, and we stopped there and took a few images. We just wandered from our original location around for a bit. She may not have stated a personal brand at the time, but I'd like to say she was stylish, colorful, and youthful, going about her daily life. In conclusion, locations are very important, but the most important thing is that you bring a good sense of energy to the camera and to have that expression shine through. So have fun with finding your locations and with your photographer friend that you bring along, and have fun interacting with your environment. So have a good time, and until we see each other again, thank you for watching.